I'm Kate and you're watching Aussie Beach TV.
Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach.
Hi, you're watching me on Aussie Beach TV. Now we're meant to be down at Bondi today, but as you can see we've been hit by a southerly, a massive southerly, and we're down just near Watson's Bay at a lovely little beach called Camp Cove, talking about conspiracy stuff. And I'm with the lovely Katie, and so we're ready to roll.
Beach TV. The hottest girls you will ever see.
Damon, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into alternative news, and please tell Australians about your new TV show?
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, I got into this probably about 4 or 5 years ago on the back of 9/11, although probably along the way I didn't really feel like everything in society was adding up anyway. But when I saw 9/11, I then started asking some serious questions, and I spent about 3 hours a day for, pretty well for the last 4 or 5 years studying who's basically running the show. And I started off trying to solve 9/11, trying to find out who did 9/11 and why. And that led me down a fairly decent rabbit hole, and that made me found out that basically everything that they'd been talking to us about was a lie, and everything was essentially an illusion. And the project that we're going to kick off, hopefully in the new year if we get some time, is called the Illusion Report, and it's going to be busting illusions that people have about society, starting with the illusionary financial system, the illusionary education system, the government, the illusion that we have democracy, and hopefully with that we're going to be able to debunk and help people break out of the spell that we're under. Most people are under some degree of hypnosis, if you ask me. Most people think that what the mainstream media, the current affairs programs, 60 Minutes, and even that stupid 7:30 report is news and information, but of course it's nothing. It's complete and absolute rubbish. So as I started going through this process, I realised there's some pretty interesting people ruling the world, and they don't have our best interests at heart at all. And you don't need to dig very hard to figure it out. I challenge anybody just to do at least 10 hours on 9/11, and if you can't figure the official story is rubbish, then you probably should just go back to watching Who Wants to Be the Fattest Millionaire, because you're never going to figure it out, in my opinion. You don't need a lot of horsepower to figure out that nothing makes any sense. I mean, we've got a financial system that's on the verge of collapse. It's been running for hundreds of years, yet it's so brittle, it's so fragile, it can fall over at any time. We've got an education system that takes up most of your life until you're about 20 years old, but of course after 20 years old you're basically just a dumbed down, hypnotic, tranced out zombie who's had an ego installed upon them. You really don't understand anything. For instance, in the education system, you don't learn anything about who you are. You certainly don't know anything about astrology, which was the root of all the sciences to start with. You know nothing about intuition. You don't even know where we are right now. We're sitting on a blue bubble floating around in the galaxy, and most people, when they look up in the stars, have no idea what the Orion Belt is or Sirius. They don't know that we're crossing the galactic plane. They basically have no idea whatsoever what's going on. They've only know what's been told to them, and the information that's been told to them by mainstream media is largely in complete, absolute BS. And the education system is a dumbing down process. There's a very good book called The Dumbing Down of America, where a very high-profile lady within that establishment came out and wrote a book about the deliberate dumbing down of the people in America, and that's happening here in Australia. The people here have basically been taken out of society to the age of their 20, and they're launched then into the treadmill, where they go and get themselves a great big mortgage. You know, here you have to spend millions of dollars to buy a house. You'll spend till you're 65 to 75 paying it off into an illusionary financial system that doesn't make any sense, and the financial system is about to implode at the moment, and yet nobody really understands why that's going to occur. So from my point of view, we want to expose these illusions for what they are, to break the magic spell, so people can no longer be entranced by the magic trick that's been betrayed upon them by essentially a treasonous government and a treasonous mainstream media.
Oh, thank you for that information. I've got a few more questions to ask you.
The hottest girls you will ever see. Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV.